Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Old Fart Podcast. I'm here with the top is the host, and then we have Dame. Dame, tell the people hello.
Hey, what's going on, people?
All right. And then we have, of course, our other co-host, Luckaducka.
Got the beer ready to go.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, it's Dame. There's my cuz.
I'll see him in a minute where the food
And
is.
we have a special guest, and we're going to rock a segment called Lefty Lucy. And that is with Far for President, Jason. Tell the people
Good,
hello.
y'all.
All right, let's kick things over to Dame. Dame, we're going to talk about the hot topics real quick of each matchup. So if you had those pulled up, could you call off the first ones, and you and Luck tell us what's hot to drop?
Well, you know where we're starting this week. Same place we started last week. Mr. Denson.
Let's do
How
it.
are you feeling? How are you feeling right now, man? We're just going to jump into that immediately.
You know, other than my kids not hugging me anymore and having to sleep on the couch from failure and, the cat sleeping on the other side of the bed where I'm not, those life changes. Otherwise, I'm doing all right.
So
I can contest that his kids didn't even come to visit us because they didn't want to ride with their dad.
Yep. It's rough.
they were afraid of that mojo rubbing off a little bit.
They thought the car would break down.
Right.
Well,
Well, the way things are going, I wouldn't doubt it.
Did you have any idea that this is how your season would go?
Absolutely not. I've never encountered something so ridiculous in my 25 years of playing fantasy football. This has never happened. So take that for what it's worth. I don't even know how to navigate these waters. So
Everybody's downstairs.
Well, look, how did you feel about putting belt to ass on Mr. Denson here?
Well, I was standing by what I had said before. I was wholeheartedly ready to hand him a win if one person could have beat Clucker. Just one. Since like week 7, if anybody could have beat him, I was going to hand him the win. And I thought after Thursday, I might have still handed him the win. Little did I know that my team said no.
They said absolutely not. You were correct. Absolutely not. I mean, there's not much to talk about in this one. Just Jason, I'm sorry it had to be you. I hope you get a win next week.
Dame, did Josh Allen have a big game?
Josh Allen had 10 points.
Okay. Did Jonathan Taylor blow up?
No, he had another running back go off for 100 yards and a couple touchdowns, though.
Okay. So how's he losing if Luck's best players didn't do nothing?
great
Because
question.
Emmanuel Wilson had 29, JSN had 43, Monroe had 32, Rashid Rice had 27, AJ Brown had 28, the Patriots defense had 27. It doesn't matter.
You look at Luck's roster and you're like, well, I mean, if his best players don't score, I might have a chance, except that his whole roster is the best players. There's no weakness.
That's it. And he had ETN on the bench with 20. So it's good luck trying to beat him, man.
I'm going to be dead. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger, but I was in the car driving and I was looking at my lineup and I said, you know what? They're playing the Texans. I bet you ETN is going to score more points than JT. But I just could not pull the trigger.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
I couldn't have
That
I
is-
didn't have the kahunas.
That would have blew up your whole team's chemistry doing that.
Yeah,
you
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
That's poor roster management there. Don't do that.
Let's move on from that one. That's a bloodbath. Jason's got one more attempt. I think we breeze through these next segments, and then let's get back to Jason because there's several. I think the entire league would appreciate all the questions we have for Jason.
All right, let's get to it, man.
Let's have them.
Okay, we're gonna pivot to we're gonna rip another Band-Aid off. King W, how you feeling, man?
Okay, me and Jason talked about this. Just knowing I was going to see him start rubbing off on me 2 weeks ago. And you can't rub Jason off once he's on you. And my team is falling apart. I knew it was going to start falling apart. There were some trades I should have did to try to salvage this, but just being in 5th place in the power rank and watching it crumble and crumble and crumble, it's nothing I can do. I haven't picked up all these no-namers that are going off now, and I don't have the name power. So I lost to Kurds, which is disgusting in its own right. Lost to him twice, and just falling apart. That's the short answer, falling apart. I don't have what it takes this year.
Flying high. That boy has to be just living on a cloud, man. He is living it.
Body, yeah, hell yeah, he's on fire right now. Like absolutely, is this what 6 in a row for him? I think.
I've never seen him so happy. He's literally giddy. He's never been so happy playing fantasy in his whole life. I'm getting whooped. He's winning. You know, he's belly laughing. It's embarrassing.
This is coming from the diaphragm, is what you're saying. It's coming
Right.
from within. Oh,
Deep
yeah, I got it. I got it.
meaning.
Me and Jason were talking about earlier. Kurds is like, let's say you're in middle school and a new girl moves into town, and she's got it. She's from the city and she's got it. And every single guy is looking at that Kurds lineup, Kurds roster, Kurds aura, and they want to take a bite. That's simple. Simple.
Oh,
That's
he's
one way to
awesome.
put it. Yeah, that's. I wouldn't say it with those words specifically, but that's one way to put it. Yeah, I mean, he has a good team though. Derrick Henry, Kareem Hunt. I don't know if Kareem Hunt's gonna get 23 every day. T. Higgins is out, which is gonna put a little wrench in his plans moving forward. But yeah, he has better shot than I do, so I can't talk shit about his team.
He's doing a good job of not screwing it up. Audie's best coaching was not screwing it up.
That is true. He is steering the ship and steering it correctly. I like what I'm seeing.
He's done so well with the I refuse to trade at all this whole season that as long as he's in the
Titles.
BYFL, we may never see him trade again.
He's pulling.
I got a
yeah.
trade with him that I'm told may or may not be illegal.
Yeah, but that was at the very, very end.
It was definitely illegal, but we'll allow it for this season. All right.
No, luck allowed it. Let's be real. Luck's supposed to be
I
a
didn't
guard
think
dog.
about it until after the week had already played out. By that time, I mean, you can't go back and change it now.
No, after the fact, no, it's over with.
Yeah, we know it's over. It's just good that the league knows how difficult it is just for the commissioner. Yet our two guard dogs, they also can't guard the what's it? The hen house? Yeah, they let the
Yeah.
wolf in.
The commissioners dropped the ball on a couple things this year.
All right, so I'll pull my Band-Aid off next. I'll keep this quick. I didn't have a shot. Once Jameer went off, I stopped watching football, so it was over for me. 60 points, I had no shot, and then my team barely showed up. I had a bunch of like 10 pointers, 9 pointers, 11 pointers. It didn't work out. Even if I would have set a perfect lineup, it would have been over with. So
60.
congrats. Yeah, 260 some total yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 catches.
Yeah, that whole game has got to be top 5 ever in fantasy. I mean, up there with Sean Alexander. I think Alvin Kamara had one crazy one like that a few years back, but like that was an all around just stud.
Yeah, he had a 5 TD game 2 or 3 years back. Yeah, that's just a tough game. There's nothing I can do. My hat's off to him. But I do get another shot this week coming up to get my lick back. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
the scheduling's working out really well.
The movie's
First,
always written. The movie's always written before we sit down every year. Quick question for SS Squad. You there?
Yeah.
What's it feel like having the second best wide receiver for the Cowboys that you drafted in the first round?
You know, I was thinking about that earlier because it reminds me last year when we were having that AJ versus Devontae
Yeah.
conversation at the beginning of the year. And I was just like, man, my have the tables turned. My have the tables turned.
I'm glad you noticed.
I will say I will never have another cowboy on my team fantasy wise for the rest of my life. It will not happen. I can deal with it from any like I can't deal with it. I can't take it.
You will never see a bear on my roster. I've flat out rejected you guys when there's a bear in there. I don't care how good the trade is. It's just how it goes for me too.
Sometimes I forget you have a disdain for the Bears and your love for the Packers.
In
I
my
need
blood.
a reminder every now and again.
One more quick question before we move on. SS Squad, have you watched as many minutes of the Cowboys as you've watched of the Redskins this year?
I've actually watched more.
Oh my God, this is getting
Ouch.
pathetic.
I've actually watched more only because I watch Red Zone and my team is trash this year. So we don't show up in the end zone enough for us to be on Red Zone, but the Cowboys do. And that's what it is. We don't score touchdowns. We don't get in the Red Zone. We're not on Red Zone.
I mean,
Okay.
how much Patriots action have you watched?
All of it. All of it.
I was going to say, you're probably watching the whole game.
All of it.
Dame, your fandom doesn't chase your fantasy players, does it?
Say it again.
Your fandom isn't chasing your fantasy players. You're not like a fan of New England because of Travion Henderson. Is that what I'm seeing here?
No. I'm a fan of my players. That's it. I just want to watch my players and see how the game goes. That way, if I see something weird during the game, got a takeaway or something like that, I know what to do next week. Like, do I need to sit this guy because whatever, he wasn't getting in the game, whatever. You know what I mean? But no, I'm not a fan of the Patriots by any
We
stretch.
just had to ask that question for Scully again because he's still, has itching ears every time the Patriots get brought up. So who's next on the docket? Or no, who'd you play? You
I played
played
Scully.
against.
I played Scully.
Oh,
He
no
did a
wonder why.
he had a
Yeah.
great pickup starting Jacoby Brissett. That was a good pickup for him, a
Yes,
quarterback.
it was.
And
He's kind of
then
a
Yes, it
stud.
was.
Top 5 last 5 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great
We're,
great pickup.
we are at the point in the fantasy season where all these guys that aren't drafted go on waivers for a long time now shine. It's a crazy time.
But it happens every year though, It happens every year.
Yes, it does.
All right, let's move on to where do we want to go? We can't go too long without talking about Lucky.
We did that first.
Killer Kills. No, not Luck. Killer Kills,
No.
sorry.
Well,
No,
Kills is lucky.
Will Killer Kills.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
He's his team is tough to beat too. I mean, it's definitely going to come down to Killer and Luck at the end. Like I don't see any other way it plays out. And you guys both put up. If I
Dang.
had to give an
Talk about
edge,
talk about turds. Okay. Don't just skip over turds. That's rude.
well, I was starting with Kills. Like
I know, but then you went to luck, and that was just rude.
well, it's,
I was
it's
just
the truth. It's the
okay.
truth. Well, I mean, so he did a great job starting Henry. Puka has just been average. His team has just been average, like better than my team, but his team has just been average, and that's just kind of holding them down. That Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown pickup, I didn't understand that one, but I'll give it to him. He's averaging better points than I am this year. Dak went off for him.
Is
Raiders
that
D did
Hunter
okay.
Henry? Hunter Henry put up 30?
Hunter Henry did put up 30. Well, it was against the
Wow.
Bengals. The Bengals allow every tight end to put up 30, so that's not really a surprise. Yeah, I mean, Kills he keeps winning, chugging along. 11-1 is probably gonna. I can't wait to see the how this week plays out with Killer. That was
Yeah, I didn't get to watch a lot of football because packing and getting things ready. So I'm looking at these scores right now, like truly for the first time.
Well, I will say to your point earlier, he has the Cowboys' number one wide receiver
Yeah, he does.
who just keeps going off and off and off. Then Cook and McCaffrey. Like his team is stacked. His team is stacked, and he's still starting out Daniel Jones for that game.
I can't
All his
see
gambles have
what
paid off.
I can't see what Pittman did. What did Pittman do?
13.7.
Solid game, solid game.
Okay. Okay.
He kept pace with Puka. He kept pace with Puka basically, and that's all you can ask from that.
Yeah, this
That
was
was
an
a good
old
game overall.
fashioned. This was an old fashioned kills beats turds, and basically, turds can't stand losing the kills, but he knows how lucky he is, and it's par for the course. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Sports Reporter said he went 6-0 this week, so he even had himself losing.
Yeah, he knew. I mean, Kills has been on a run. He knew his team. When you roll out Hollywood Brown, that's a white flag in and of itself. So it's not. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Where we at? We got two more.
Yeah, that Turks is going to go down as one of the best shitty teams I've ever seen.
Turds?
Killer?
No, turds.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
all those round one draft picks.
You know what? You know what it reminds me of, Luck? It reminds me of a guy that was recruited to Ohio State, 5-star recruit, first year killing it, second year got on drugs, blow, and hookers, and just the talent went away. That's turds. All the talent in the world, drugs got him.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's talking
He's the
about
Johnny. Yeah, Cleese Moret. Yeah, that too. They both were well played.
I forgot about him. Jason, you got anything about killing and turds?
I mean, I thought Turds had one of the best rosters, and I don't know what's worse, just getting your ass kicked every week like I am, or knowing your roster is full of studs and then having to just watch it slowly bleed. I don't know, but just
We talked about
underperforming.
that 2 weeks ago.
No, Jason,
On
it's the
paper,
latter.
he's
It's
a
the-
paper champ. I mean, he's the paper champ from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, if this was
I'll give him that. Yeah.
if this was rock paper scissors, turd would be dominating.
No more analogies from you, sir.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna move along. We're gonna move along to Trap and NPM.
Did these two talk
was
any
actually-
trash or anything to each other? I haven't been able to be active on the thread.
No, I don't think they've talked trash to each other since they worked at the restaurant together back in the early 2000s.
When that analogy works, it did work. That was a good one.
It did work. It did work. That's why you paid me the big bucks, baby. Trap got out of there. What? I haven't looked at the power ranking though. Where's Trav in the power ranking? Does anybody know?
Six or seven. 6 or 7.
No, he's actually third. He's third in the power ranking. So his
Trap,
record does
trap,
not
yeah.
support. Yeah,
Six,
yeah, Trav,
seven.
yeah. He's third in the power rankings. His record does not support the quality of a team he has right now. But he's been chugging along. DJ Moore came back and went off. McBride had his normal good day, good pickup using Mooney. Caleb Williams somehow is just 32 a game. I thought he was gonna start Kirk Cousins. I'm glad he didn't though. And Carter, I'm glad he's over with now. He gets to go deer hunting and not even worry about setting his lineup because he would get the same amount of points whether he did or didn't. So it doesn't matter at this point.
Quick question for Dame, Luck, and Jason. On MPM's roster, where did Elvin Kamara come from? How did he get him?
I'm gonna guess if you're throwing the question out there, he came from your team.
No, not for me.
He was moved.
No,
He was moved from you to me, and I made a trade with Carter. What the hell was the trade again?
I'm just
Jeez,
trying to
I
figure out
tried so many
how
desperate
Kamara
trades at
ended
the
up
end there. I
getting.
forget which one it was. He came from me.
So is that why he's hurt?
That makes sense. I was about to say he's
Yes,
injured, so that makes
that's
sense.
why he's hurt. Yes.
That checks out. That checks out. That checks out.
Yes.
And here's the I brought that up because Luckadoo, question for you real quick. You wanted Kamara from Dub early on in the year, correct?
I did.
And then when Dub traded him to Jason, you messaged me and said, I want nothing to do with Kamara because he's on a tainted squad. And
Unbelievable.
Luckadoo nailed it once again. He's on a roll this year, boys.
I mean, look, even Josh Jacobs got hurt.
I was just gonna say, predicting that somebody's gonna be on their deathbed when they get on Favre's team, it really isn't making them a savant. It's just a given at this point.
Even after they leave.
It's just fact at this point. But I mean, great pickup. He had a great pickup with Michael Wilson. Quinshawn Judkins is still trotting along. Jared Goff is trotting along. But putting Bayshaw Tootin in your lineup is not gonna work out frequently.
No, he pulled a Burns. Wasn't Burns starting
Yeah.
Tootin? Oh my gosh.
Carter drafted him. He's had him all year long.
Yeah, but Burns had him.
No, Burns was starting Blake Corum.
I thought he had Tootin.
Yeah, Tootin was with them.
No, Carter drafted Tootin. I remember that because I wanted Tootin, and I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out.
After week 12, we have two things that are 100%. One is that Jason is in last place. There's nothing he can do and get out of it.
Are we sure? Did we check?
He
the
can
break
score
down?
275 points. Move my power ranking score up there. It's not done yet.
There we go.
You said possible.
If you would have won this week and scored a bunch, because you also have to get out of the cellar in points scored, total points, and breakdown.
Yeah,
in
potentially,
breakdown you can
right.
only gain 12. You can only gain 12 points.
11.
Yeah, probably. My recipe for success was score as least amount of points as I can, and then have the most scored against me, and it just wasn't a good plan from the get go. I'll fix that for next year.
Yeah.
I think what Luck and Dame's saying is you dunked on an 8'4" rim today, but if we moved it to 8'6", you were toast.
Yes.
And that's your current power rankings.
What adjustments can we make if you set it to 8'6"? I get it on video and do that too. Does that give me 3 power ranking points? Or
I would say this: we would give you 3 cracks at beating Burns, and if you beat him 3 straight, he comes in last.
done. But you know when you teased me before,
Burns is not even who he's playing though.
Yeah, but Burns. Well, I think Burns would take that bet before Steady would. So present the bet. If you can dunk on an 8' rim, we prevent the bet to Burns.
All right,
I'm outside to do that. I mean, I'm 3 beers deep and some pizza and pants, so I'll handle it though.
You can take your pants off. We're not going to look at your body.
Whoa!
This is a PG podcast, sir. Let's keep it clean. I will say Jason, you do have a chance. You still do have a chance to not finish last. It's going to take like an incredible week, which I don't know if you got it in you, but
you know what? I appreciate that. We know the inevitability, but I appreciate it, team.
So are you conceding? Are you conceding defeat at this point?
No,
absolutely not. You kidding me?
He will never. Jason would never.
I'm just asking.
It's not in my soul. It's not in my blood. Can't do it.
We got one more.
Who's next?
So anyways,
last but not least is Burns and Steady. Steady is still trying to get out of that free fall, and I would have to pinpoint all the blame on Lamar Jackson. Every last bit of it.
I still think Steady's highlight of the year was Keenan Allen week 1 blowing up, and then that was it. I
Keon
think
Coleman.
Keenan
Keon,
Coleman,
Keon
yeah.
Coleman.
I think
And
Steady
then
and
letting us know about it.
Keon Coleman both have whatever's going on somehow together because they both have worked their way out of the league.
Well, I mean, he has a good team though. He has a good team. Drake London got injured,
Keon
unfortunately.
Coleman has a lot of athletic ability. Same thing. Doesn't matter. They've worked their way out.
Close to it. But Lamar not being healthy and not playing good all season is kind of what shot him down. And then Genty's starting to catch fire now, but he's had a rough season all season. And then Burns put up a good score. Lucky, well, I'm not gonna say lucky, but Kenneth Walker looks like he's finally coming around the corner with some usage, but it won't matter. I don't think it'll matter because I don't know if he has a chance to make the playoffs or not. I don't think so. Maybe. But I mean, his team put up an average.
What was the score? I can't see the scores.
It was 131 to 106. So a respectable score.
Yeah, it was over 100.
Respectable score.
Like
He didn't, yeah, he didn't have anybody that went off. He just had some people put up some average games and had enough to pull out the win. But Steady had a bunch of single point performers, and obviously it's tough to win when you do that. It's tough to crack 100, which he barely did.
yeah.
But Jason, how do you feel about your chances against Steady next week?
Actually, fairly confident, to be honest with you. That's about as good as it can be. Hopefully, Drake's still hurt. You know, I'm looking at the scores, and over the last 5 weeks ish or so, you know, there's a lot of times where I beat 5 or 6 of the people. It's just not lining up right. I was just talking to Doug, like the week before he played me. What?
5 or 6 sounds extreme, sir.
Maybe
let's be realistic.
3 or 4. We'll add a couple.
There you go.
But
there you go.
yeah, no, I feel 60-40, 60-40, Steady.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you feel like you look just outside of a 50-50 shot.
Yep.
Luck,
Possible.
what do you think? Luck, what do you think?
He, over the last 4 weeks, he has not been the bottom feeder in total points scored. He's just been playing someone who has scored more.
Okay.
He has a shot, absolutely.
Okay.
And Steady has actually been the worst scorer in the last 3 weeks.
Did you look that up, or you just guess?
I got since our commish has not shown anybody the toilet bowl rankings with 1 week to go.
I will say this. I actually woke up thinking about that today, which was bizarre. I was like, holy crap, I have to update the dang toilet bowl. So, yes, that's a priority. Unless Luck is stepping up.
I got it.
I need you to update the toilet bowl rankings and also the schedule in CBS too.
Luck's on it. He is stepping up. Appreciate it.
I can't do the schedule. You got to do it.
No, you got to tell me what it is. Oh, yeah, it's 1 versus 2. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that
was all the games, right?
That was all the games.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk back to Jason because here's the thing I would like to update before you guys talk to Jason. So Jason and his wife Jamie are here, and earlier the sun was up. I was down at the fishing pond. I did catch some fish. I got photos and video. I'll send them. But he mentioned something like, man, how deep is it? Because, the water's cold. And I literally looked at him. I go, a lot of the guys want you to actually jump and swim in this pond, Mr. Last Place. And so I looked at his wife and I said, any chance he has spare clothes? And she goes, no. And I said, well, we were inside the house and a bunch of other people were inside. I mean, we've had people in here all day long, and it's been awesome catching up with Jason. And so we've been talking about this Last Place stuff because they want to know who's in last and punishment ideas. And I said, well, I can't say the ideas, but I will say this. We have an entire thread on the side that Jason's not in. And someone goes, no way. So I point and I show it to him. And he's like, holy crap. So.
No, he didn't show it to me. He couldn't even show it to me. He had to show it to another guy that was here because apparently I can't see it. How dare you? How dare you guys?
Yes.
Matt, look, I am on the same ilk as you. I said the same thing. I was like, hey, man, are we sure that there's no chance of him coming out of last? Because if there's no chance mathematically, then we should go for it. But
did Audie make the thread? Who made the thread? Did Audie make the thread?
I don't say anything. I don't.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Over here,
yeah. I mean, come on.
Snitching over here.
Bros before hoes, Jason.
I don't even know. I don't know what to think at this point. I'm numb.
No, just understand it was based off mathematics and logic. That's all. Nothing personal. Nothing personal.
But you just said the mathematics show that I can still not get in last. So
it's like 1%. It's 1%. I got a better chance of joining the Ku Klux Klan than you do.
There's no way.
Well, here's the
here's a shot.
Here's the third part that you guys. I'm bringing up some things because you guys weren't here, which you guys did have invites to come to the house. But anyways, my co-host decided to stay back. But anyways, we're talking about how the dang, lost my train of thought there for a second, which was dang, what were we just talking about?
You were
Jason.
transitioning to Jason.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Jason was talking about because I was asking him, how much you've been listening to the podcast and so forth, and he goes, "Listen, I got some constructive criticism." He goes, "They're too long. I can only listen to 3/4 of them, and then by the time that all happens, then I never finish the last quarter." He said his drives are 25, maybe 30 minutes there, and then 30 minutes back, and then he doesn't finish the rest. So he was talking about, what Audie was saying and so forth. And it came back around to where, dang, lost my train of thought again. Okay, I'm stepping out.
Okay, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. It's just I don't know what just happened there.
I wish I'm in the same house, and I wish I I don't have, I got nothing for you guys. I don't know I don't know what he's doing.
It's all good. He
Pretty sure
too
he's got a
much
poop.
vodka. Too much vodka. It's all right.
All right. So for everybody that needs to know, you can go and look at the rankings for power rankings after week 12. It is set up 1 through 12. So your matchups are going to be Luck and Keels, Trap and Curds, Turds and Dub, SS Squad, Scully, Tits and MPM, and Steady and Favre.
I'm playing SS Squad.
No,
You did it.
You're playing
You did.
Turds.
no, you're
Okay.
playing thirds.
Dang, I'm gonna lose that one.
I will say there are 2 games of the week this week though. You got Luck and Killer, and then me and Scully to get in.
Yeah, but so was Dub and Turds. That is a possibly win and get in as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My team is
Did you
falling
slide
apart.
to 5? Okay, yeah. Okay. You slide to 5.
There are 3 of you tied with 19.5 total points, and Turds has 20. So there,
Oh, I missed that. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Scully or Suicide Squad are getting in, right? The
yeah.
winner is in,
Ours is definite win or get in.
but also the other one could also get in.
Is it a win or get in?
There's lots to be
Or
decided.
No, what I'm saying is, let's say yourself, if Suicide Squad and Evil Scully end up, with a 190 to 180 point score,
yeah,
the winner is in. They won the division.
yeah.
But the second person can still score enough points to leapfrog Dub and
Oh,
Turds
got you.
to get to
Get that
last
breakdown
on
up.
the. So Dub
That's
and Turds
interesting.
is a win, but not
That's
necessarily a get in.
so. Me and Skelly have a definite winner get in, but one of the loser could also still get in,
Yes.
depending on what they. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So is there something on the line or something to be decided on every matchup, or is there ones that just don't matter?
The only one that kind of doesn't matter is probably
Tits and MPM,
yeah,
Turds and
probably
Trap.
Dang,
yeah. That probably doesn't matter either because they're both
how
in. I
far
think.
the champ has fallen. That even playing Burns doesn't mean anything. That's low.
Not even
What
playing
is this?
Burns.
Yeah, he is.
I thought you said I'm
He's
playing
not-
steady.
No, he was talking
No.
about
He's
the
talking about
champ. He's
NPM.
talking about NPM.
I'm talking about the champ. Good grief,
I
Jason.
thought you said Favre. My bad.
Know
When
who
you
your
say
president?
champ, I just assume it's me.
Yeah, well, now when we say champ, we just think it's luck. So yes, it is confusing.
Well, that's very true. How you feeling, Luck? When you're such a front runner right now, like is that more pressure? I mean, does that make you make odd decisions? How you feeling?
No, because I just sometimes don't think my team should be scoring that many points, and when they do, it's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, right. Don't believe that shit,
Right.
but okay.
Again, my team has been steady all the way through the year. If I can make it to the title game, I have a really good shot because 2 weeks in a row, I think I can pull that out no matter what.
Well, you have a great shot because you're not your team isn't determined by 1 or 2 players.
But
You're deep everywhere.
That Royal Rumble, I still don't. I like it, but don't like it.
I forgot about the Royal Rumble.
I don't.
You want to avoid the Royal Rumble at all costs.
Exactly.
I want to avoid it at all costs.
And I am actually starting to regret that I decided to even speak on even implementing it because now I hate it now. I hate it.
But the one thing I got going for me is that the way it all worked out is that, how this ends on the regular season is in Luck's hands, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
If we beat Keels again, then we got the first round bye. If we lose, we're in the Rumble. I don't have to worry about anyone else. It's on Team Luck.
Wait. Why would you be in the
Only
is
the
it
first Only number
The
one
first
seed
two
is
are
the only one that
divisions.
doesn't get out of the rumble, right? They're the only ones that get out of it.
No. Is it the division? The top two are
It's
both
the
division
top two
winners.
division winners.
Gotcha. So Audi would jump to 2. Oh wow,
Yes. So right now,
wow,
Audi is in a bye.
wow.
Yep.
Luck, can you go off that screen for a moment to
So there's no way Audi's
Where you
finishing
need
2
to go?
regardless, then, right?
back to the videos? This because I want to make this quick announcement. We're on a new software platform that Luckadoo has fawned, has vetted, is experimented with. So I want to give a shout out to Luck putting in the extra mile. So we're on new software today. It seems like every podcast we continue to improve. I've been gathering feedback as much as possible from people, and people like the flow. They like to know where we're going. Time has been an issue, and I also wanted to introduce Dame's girlfriend since we've been here, and I wanted to see if she's visible. And there she is. Dame, anything you want to say to this beautifully figured breast fountain? It's
Yeah,
hard
put
to
your clothes back on. Put your clothes on. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, she's never going to run away.
Nah, she ain't going nowhere.
Dame, what do you think of this entrance?
Oh, that's a lovely place, man. I saw the picture. That's a lovely house. That's a
Yeah,
lovely house.
we got an
Yes.
indoor pool, but Jason's not a skinny dipper.
No, I am. This is a kids event, so
Oh
we're
yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
that way.
There you go. There you go. All right, what segment do you got for us next?
Well, we have to get into the lefty loosies because Jason has granted so much of his time, and I think really that should be our only segment today. Is just kind of picking in Jason's brain. We know he's highly competitive, two-time champ, highly respected. Audie has spoken highly of him, and in the last podcast where Audie feels Jason's a know-it-all is basically how he worded it, and now that he's in this position, which he's has a chance to go 0-13, first time in BYFL history, and I think we kind of need to speak upon that with him because no one wanted to see it, but now we're here. We are knocking on heaven's door, and it needs to get open. So, Jason, congratulations on something that is close to be happening. Close. You could make this happen 0-13 just for the people, for the content, as the kids say.
Do it for the vine.
Yeah, I know you guys are rooting for it because it's. I mean, what's more rare, to win all of them or to lose all of them? I mean, I haven't even heard of somebody losing all of them before, so it's quite ridiculous. I could go through this whole season and list on what the issues were, but it's going to sound like mumbling, whining. Yeah, my people were injured. Yeah, I lost by less than half a point twice. I mean, who does that, right? I don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and whine. It is what it is. I'll try to give the people what they want.
I don't think we want
Maybe
you
I'll let
to.
Audie set my lineup. Maybe that'll help.
No. We don't want collusion because I don't want
No,
after this
you've
week. I
already.
don't want to hear. I don't want to hear any bullshit about somebody else set my lineup or
Yeah,
how.
I'm trying. I'm
Audie
trying
already
to.
gave you Travis Kelsey for crying out loud, so you
I
can't
gave him
keep.
Joe Burrow. I helped the guy out. It's probably going to put him on top. He's ready the number 2 seed.
So I think what the people want to hear is, they understand you've been through the ringer when it comes to injuries and doing what you can and making trades and respecting the BYFL shield, which is playing to the last final game. We get that. This is a league where it is extremely difficult, but coming from your background, your experience of probably the person that's played fantasy football the longest, what are the learning lessons? Like, let's go there. The learning lessons, like what's different going into season 21, the off season. You've never had an off season that could be no wins. I mean, I think that's more where we want to go. We want to learn from you being an elder statesman.
Yeah, well, there's no blueprint of what the hell to do when you're over because it really hasn't happened. So I will let you know if that happens. But it's without trying to sound arrogant. Like, as much as I follow the players and follow fantasy and trends and everything like that, and like I told my wife, I told Audie, tell anybody, there's no way that I can get like no wins or be last and be fine with it. There's just no way. So you pay too close attention, and eventually the law of averages, you're gonna luck into wins. This can't keep happening. So coming throughout the draft, drafting by luck is difficult. He thinks somewhat close to the Sammy I do in my draft. He's on top of his game. He had a neat strategy this year where he said, screw them first round picks, gave that curse to turds. It's it was just like a cascading effect. So next year, better game plan, get away from Luckadoo, whatever at all possible
You're about
in
as
the
far
draft.
away from the ball standpoint as you can be.
Right. So game plan was strong. Execution was weak. That's all I'm going to say with that. You can only do so much with injuries, but you got to go through it. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Some emotional damage in the off season is probably going to be happening here, but
Emotional damage. Sorry.
gonna have to golf more where you can let frustrations out and see what we can do.
That's the stuff we're going to be really interested in as our fan base of the Old Fart podcast grows. Is I think you're going to be one of the most talked about off season individuals because people are want to see how you handle the off season and is he golfing more? Is he walking more? Is he taking more vacations? Like, how is he going to connect with his youthful, winning, making new adjustments? Like, Luck brought something new to the league. He's done it before, but he went like a decade in between, and he went back to the well. You haven't brought any new growth. You're like dormant grass in Wisconsin, and
You
you're
have a
not
way with words,
fertilized.
and I love it. It's beautiful. Keep going.
So we're trying to figure out if you don't start getting involved in some like youthful social media platforms, start talking to the 20-year-olds, the 24-year-olds, because this is the thing in YouTube right now.
Mm-hmm.
24-year-old to 26-year-olds are really making a lot of great content. They have leagues now that are 3, 4, 5 years in, and they love fantasy. They're bringing that passion like we did when we were youngsters. Now we're old farts, and I don't know if you're touching the youth, not in that way, but in the inspirational way to find new tricks. Because old dogs need to learn what?
Well, you know what? Maybe, but have you looked at the youth? We're talking about the same ones who don't know if they're cat, right? We're talking about the same ones. No,
Well,
I'm not going to take.
you and Luckadoo have kids that are somewhat similar, so you both know what you're talking about when it comes to the youth.
Now that you bring
Me
that
and
up,
Dane,
though, the advice thing to
I,
the
and
I,
youth
Donna.
and
I have
kids.
I have no idea what that reference is. No idea.
I,
No clue.
I got my son in on fantasy football in my other league, and he won. So perhaps a different perspective might be what I need. Yes, Dub, you're always a man of wisdom, so I'm gonna have to take the advice. I'll see what we can do. When I learn something in the off season, I will let you guys know.
I suggest following in your mentor Aaron Rodgers, a little darkness retreat.
Ooh,
Take a little
ooh.
darkness retreat just to have some time to self reflect and
You're right,
woosah.
Dame. Far for president has a path right now. He can either go welfare or darkness.
I do Bible study wherever it leads me. That's where we're gonna go. That's all I'm gonna
Jesus
say
can't
about
save
that.
you from last place.
No problem.
You're right. You're right. He can't, but he can.
Okay.
He can make it so I don't kick my dog at home. He can do that.
So okay, let me ask you a question. If you could, and I'm not saying you can, but if you could pinpoint like one misstep that you had during the season, what would it be?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. It was. I thought that the value of Joe Burrow in the third round because I expected him to put up 35 a game.
Mm-hmm.
They've sucked in the preseason. All cylinders were clicking with his wide receivers. It was different. It was a different aura. We needed a piece of it. Wanted Chase Brown, but I was like, you know what? If Burrow's there and it's a good spot, then I'm taking him because I thought that was going to be a foundational piece. Was not the right spot. Was not a good decision. No quarterback in the third round is a good decision. I knew that, but took that chance. Blew up in my face. That was the start of the business there. So, and then you just play catch up with injuries and goes downhill from there.
I don't know, kind sir. I beg to differ. I like my third round. Oh no, that was a second rounder, wasn't it? No, third round quarterback. I got one.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen's third round.
It works. It works if you get a top 3 consistent contributor. It does work. We've seen that. When I won the league the first time, I had Peyton Manning in the second round. So I mean, it can be done. But
Well, Luck also had St. Brown and Taylor, so I don't know why he's comparing that. And plus, I think Luck was just eating chips on a podcast, which is like the number one no go. What the?
oh, you mean because of all the background noise and all the static
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
good stuff? Yeah. He's a rookie to. I mean, me and you, we've been doing these podcasters things for so long.
yes, yeah,
Hey, I'm going
correct.
to be the one trying to edit this out anyways. I got it.
He can do what he wants to do.
Yeah. Luckadoo though, you did show the league. You did show the league a new way. You went straight depth. You gave away your first round picks. You got massive value on your like first 3 or 4 or 5 picks or whatever it was. So I think you're onto something there.
I mean, if I was sitting in that number 1 spot, I would have taken Brian Thomas. So thank you, turds. I might even toss you some cash at the end.
And that was weird because Steady, you knew what Steady was going to do, right?
Yeah.
He's going to grab the first wide receiver on the board, right? But he threw me for a loop. Didn't he take Genty in the
He took
first?
Genty.
He took Genty.
He took Genty in London.
He took Genty.
So I did that. I forced myself to take a wide receiver first because I knew he was going to take one after me. I could have just very well just, looked at the board and took the best available. So I think I outsmarted or outthought myself anyways on that.
No, you were predicting Steady. I mean, he does it 50 out of 51 times.
So technically he took him in the second round, but he had the 12 pick. He had a 12-13. He went Drake London in the first and then came right back with Genty.
Okay.
But usually that would be 2 wide receivers.
2 wide receivers. I was banking on that. I thought for sure that's what was going to happen.
That should have been Drake London, Amon-Ra St. Brown is what that should have been.
Thank you, Steady.
Come in. It's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, you've heard me talk for 8 straight hours, and now we're talking on podcast together. That has to be amazing to you to know that Dub can talk for 10 straight hours.
That's not surprising at all.
Not surprising at all.
Not surprising at all.
And one thing I wanted to bring up for Jason is, how did it feel having the league on your roller coaster with you? Because it seemed like you would have half the league cheering against you, half the league cheering for you to get the win, and then half against and half against, like over and like every, for the first 4 weeks it was like that. Then the next 4 weeks it was like that. And then here at the end, everyone's been slowly working to go 0-13. I mean,
you know
guys
what? You never want the whole league rooting for you because if the whole league is rooting for you, you suck. So you don't want to be in that spot.
That is true. That's true.
And at this point, I know you guys want history, so there's nothing I want more to at least prove you wrong. I mean, you know how big of a difference between 2 and 3 wins there are? Nothing. You know how big of a difference between 0 and 1 there is?
The world.
Yes, exactly.
The world.
And I'm glad you said it that way. What a man of wisdom, because the next question was going to be, could you feel, or at what point of the year could you feel the owners you were going, where's Luckadoo? Luck, this is a question that you would love. At what point in the year, Jason, did you start feeling your opponents start stressing out more than you were? Did you feel that? Because it was true.
It's a neat change of events, right? Because you don't want to lose to the Ofer guy, so there's more pressure on him than me, which I don't know. It was probably week 7, 8. It was going to start sinking in, but I really wasn't even sweating it, to be honest with you. Even through week 8 or 9, I was like, I'm still going to get a win, but then stuff happens. So
speaking of 8 or 9, the commish spotted you 25 points against Dub. Did you know that happened?
No, I didn't. That's why I was confused on the thread when I asked what's really going on here. And by the time I looked, it was corrected. You would think that the commission would stand on business and leave it be, but no.
Dub got scared and removed those points pretty quick.
No, once I realized I needed to give him 90, which would have really changed the league, I couldn't do it. I thought I could slide. If Luck didn't notice the 25, I may have let that slide. But then when Luck noticed it, and then the only way to make change was 90 points. No. And by the way I did it, Jason, since you didn't see it live, is I started with 25. And then at halftime of the 1 o'clock games, I moved 5 points down, so you had 20. And then going into the 4 o'clock games, I moved it down to 10. And then by the 8 o'clock game, I put it to 5. And then Monday night, I took the 5 away.
So wait, are you saying you have the ability to just give teams points whenever you feel like it? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Absolutely, he's saying that.
Did Dub win a championship recently?
Okay. All right. Now I have to scoreboard watch because I have to see what's going on. Now you're forcing
If you don't think Luck adds Luck is like the guy who gets a newspaper, like when Jason started fantasy, and he checks all the stats and our point scoring. He makes sure every week. Nothing gets past Luck unless it's a Kelvis.
Luck is all over it. I'll give him that.
It wasn't difficult when it was before the Thursday night game. He's up 25-0. No
Oh, okay,
one's
well,
played.
that's pretty easy. Yeah, that's
Nobody
pretty
has
easy.
played, and he's up 25-0.
Do we know how that happened? I mean, were you trying to manipulate the league in a different way, Commish, if he's listening, and then it
No.
accidentally manifested into this? I mean,
Well,
how did that happen?
when the commish hit up me, Dub, he just said, "Hey, I know you're stressed out," which I was. I did not want to lose to who I'm talking with, and I needed to motivate my players. This wasn't between you and me; it was my players. So now you see the last 2 weeks how my players haven't been motivated and they're tanking. I literally think the commish should give. I think you guys said I'm playing turds 25 points, 50
Not gonna
points,
happen. Not gonna happen.
something to motivate my players.
I
Not
know
gonna
if I
happen.
would have played Dub the last 6 weeks, I'd be at least 4-2. I know that.
You would be 6 and
Is
0.
that true?
We'd
Is
be
that true?
talking Dub. We'd be talking Jason versus Luck in the championship.
The
If
only
Jason,
the only good week he had was when he played me. He ripped off like 170. Otherwise, he had like 90, 102, 97.
you're talking to Luck. I put up like 190 versus Luck.
Actually, I think it was like 198.
Yep.
That was early though. That was like week 2, week 3, something like that, right? No.
No, well, I played Jason like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was recent. It was
No. I was talking about
recent enough to.
versus Luck.
Yeah, Luck. It was like week 5, something like that.
Okay.
It was early on. I had to knock off his. He was 4-0 and knocked him off, and now look where he's at. He understood that if you lose to Dub, you make some corrections. You start bullying everyone in the league with nonstop trade offers. Especially you find whoever works, a lot of hours, and you grind them. And when they put in 60-hour work weeks, they break down, and he finds them. So that's why Luck and Dame don't ever make trades.
Why do you think I call Luck the cerebral assassin? I've called him that like 5 times this year already. Just manipulating.
That's not true because Dame had the trade set. He just didn't take it.
I did. I'm glad. Honestly, I'm glad I didn't take it though. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm glad I didn't take it. It would have been at this point. It would have been a 1-for-1 basically because Scat got injured, so it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. But
Quick
in
question.
hindsight, that probably was a trade that I should have done. But I'm glad I didn't do it.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how this new platform plays out. And my phone's on die. It's literally on 3%. I've been terrible at charging it. But
Okay,
I
well,
do
hold
want to
on.
give a shout out to our sponsors. I'm here with Wisconsin Gateway. They're not a legitimate sponsor, but they should be if they're watching this. And I also love my two co-hosts with SS Squad and Look. Great guys to continue to join the Old Fart podcast with. And then when we get special guests like Jason, been in the Fantasy Football League, the BYFL, with just our league for like 18 years, probably 24 years of fantasy experience. So everyone that's listening and you made it this far, 55 minutes in, the podcast is going to be shorter like you wanted. You got great content, and we appreciate everyone that hits the subscribe button. Okay, I'm done.
Hold on. Well, no, all right, hold on. I got 2 questions before we cut it off. Just 2 random
We
questions.
can cut off. We still got a couple things.
I got
Okay.
2 questions. One, because ZT made a good point. Luck, your team is incredibly talented due to the trades you've made this year. I want to know if I put in a rule change to bring back to veto, will I have any support from the gentleman here?
What was that first part?
Veto on trades?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
This question seems to be is Luck a better team owner or GM? That's kind of the question
Oh,
there.
he's a fantastic GM.
Were
He's
you throwing
literally
this question out to everybody, Dame, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so if
But I mean, I'll throw it out to everybody. But just we're here now. Us men are here now. So I'm asking you
over
guys.
the last 10 years, there's been times that, it turned out good on a trade for me. It's turned out bad. I mean, I've been on both sides of it. And there's been times back when we had the veto, and specifically on why I don't like it anymore, no matter what happens, is because my team, all I needed was a quarterback. That was my one down spot. And I traded a really good person. I think it was for Stafford when he was with the Lions, that far back. And people vetoed that for no reason because they thought I was giving up too much for a quarterback. But that's all I needed. And I ended up going and winning that year because that's what I needed. So, I mean, every GM makes their own decision. If we actually saw like some flat out collusion, I think everybody would hop in and completely stop it. But just because somebody's, one person decides that they want to make a trade and vice versa, like I would have felt like crap for 2 weeks if I would have made that trade with Dane until he got hurt. And then I still would have felt like crap that he got hurt because I like watching Scatterboo play, but that next week you saw how he went off. It
Yeah.
was like I would have absolutely hated that, but that would have been part of the trade. You know what I mean?
So here's the second part of that question. Would you be okay if we ran every trade through like a third party trade analyzer and it had to come within like a score that approved it?
No, because I think every single one of you that ever does a trade always runs it through the trade analyzer, anyways.
I do not. I do not.
I know Jason does. He lives
I
on it.
absolutely do not.
No, I don't for
I
my
look at
trades. I do for people who use that. I know there's certain people who
Yeah.
determine their value from those, and I do use those to see if I'm going to insult somebody. But no, it's not my determination. My thing on the trades though is we should never bring back a veto thing. If we can't trust an owner or two owners, then we need to boot them out.
I just don't like the trade analyzer because they're all different. I can put the trade in
Of
one
course,
and it'd look even, and then the next one would say
yes,
that it's completely crap.
yeah.
Which one's updating which ones? You
okay.
just don't know which one it is. Some
Okay.
value running back more than receiver. It just, we're all grown adults and we've been playing this for a long time. Like
Okay. I
you
just
Yeah,
know
just
I'm
throwing
on
it
I'm
out
on
there.
the
or not.
same
Just
mindset as
just
Block. I would say no to both.
just throwing it out there. My second question is, who do you guys think is the MVP of the league right now?
Matthew Stafford.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
He's on like 46-4 his paces. He's going to win the division. 37 years old. Remember, he had a broken back. Is even going to play this year, and look what he's doing. So that I would say so.
Yeah, I
I,
would say
I
he's up there. I mean, if there was ever a year, and there's been other guys in the past, but if there's ever a year that a non-quarterback wins it, I mean, JT is up there.
Yeah, he's for sure too. For sure too.
well, if you're gonna say JT is up there, you got to throw in JSN. You have
For
to
what reason?
Yeah, but
because
JSN isn't, what do you have? 3 touchdowns, 4 weeks in a row. JT did. I mean, it was ridiculous.
okay, but what has he done the last 2 weeks? 60 yards both weeks.
Didn't he just have like 8 catches for 160 yards this last game?
And I think
No,
that
he
was
he
this
said
one.
JT. He's talking about JT. I was talking about
Oh,
JSN.
JT. Okay.
JT's
Yeah,
had two
Gotcha.
weeks, yeah, where he hasn't done very well. But 2 weeks ago, I believe he was on
JSN
the
is on.
bye,
He's
so that
on.
doesn't count.
JSN is on pace. JSN is on pace to break Calvin Johnson's season yards record. So I feel like if you're gonna put JT in there, you gotta put JSN in there. You
It
have to.
depends.
Absolutely.
When you're determining MVP, it's not just stats, though. I
That's
mean,
true. It's quality
you
of the
know,
team too. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
is he the reason they're winning? And I guess you could make an argument and say, yeah, he really
I
is.
would say
Sammy Darnold is over there, but yeah, for sure.
I would say. I mean, if give me another reason they're winning.
Yeah, but I think Sam Darnold's up there.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's it.
Oh, get out of here. Get off the pod. We're not talking that Sam Darnold. Get
He's
out of
up
My
here.
there
bad.
and mean
My
helping
bad. I
Seattle
meant,
or
I
in
meant
the MVP
Stafford.
race.
I was thinking
Sam
JSN. I meant
is
Stafford.
okay. Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I did not do that on purpose.
but no, I would say Stafford, depending on how New England finishes it out, because they haven't really played a good team. Drake May is up there too,
Definitely.
but you might have to. Okay, so all right, let's flip it. Who would you say is the fantasy MVP? Is that not JSN?
I still think it's Jonathan Taylor. To me, I mean, he's single-handedly can get you wins and has got people wins. I would say.
For sure.
I would say at the beginning of the year it was JT. Steady Eddie has been
No,
JSN, but here coming at the end, it may be Gibbs.
You guys
Oh,
see
I
me?
forgot. I forgot. Yeah, you're good. I
I
forgot
mean, he
about
is
Gibbs.
tearing it up.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot
we're
about
asking
Gibbs when he just put up
MVPs,
a
real
60
NFL
piece.
MVPs.
Dub, who you got for? Okay, Dub, give me NFL MVP and then give me fantasy MVP.
NFL, I think they should go Jonathan Taylor because the Colts transition to the type of team they are right now. Yes, that's big because they take that into consideration. The flip of previous years, and now if he was injured, it's clear Daniel Jones wouldn't carry that team.
Absolutely not.
And so I think he's the most valuable player in that aspect. We've seen quarterbacks going down and other ones still throwing up because this is a different era when it comes to quarterbacks. Because we all grew up in an era where your starting quarterback goes down, the other ones aren't putting up those type of stats, and the vicious hits. It's a different era in that respect. So I think the NFL should not just look at quarterbacks so much. And I think JT I would be fine with him. And he's a Wisconsin Badger. So I don't know if Jason mentioned that. And then fantasy wise, man,
So what do you think about
it's
JSN?
tough. It's
Is
tough
he not?
watching JT. Here's the thing with JT in fantasy. A lot of the times he hasn't played in the fourth quarter, and he still put up production that's nuts. So it's hard to take that away from him when we think with a fantasy football mind, where man, they didn't sit down the fourth quarter, which the first 6 games of the year it felt like he didn't play a fourth quarter. Sometimes not even much in the third. So it's hard to take him away from both.
Okay. Does JSN even get half a vote from you?
Man, that was the other one where the NFL is not going to do JSN as an MVP.
No, not NFL, but fantasy.
But fantasy wise, oh yeah, I saw it right away. I went after Burns. I gave him my whole roster, which was way better than the trade offer Luck offered him. Everyone told me that. And I even paid professional people, and they said my offer was amazing.
Unbelievable.
And he still went with Luck because that's what Luck does to people.
He does.
And yeah, JSN is nutso.
Yeah, I don't know if I can really trust that trade offer. I know you put it up and you posted it.
Oh no, it was
But
1,000%.
I don't know because I immediately said, you turn around and send that trade offer to me and I'll accept it. And I never seen it.
It was
Never seen
1,000%. It was
Just- I said,
1,000%.
JSN will be yours. You send me that same trade offer and he's yours, and you never sent it.
Well, that's
You
because
did say
I'm not working with the devil.
Fellas, we are going to have to cut her.
Yeah.
I got a potty, and that's it.
It's okay. It's time to shut it down anyway.
Hey, Jason,
We're
I got
good.
one last question for you.
Yeah.
So I don't really read a whole lot of the CBS stuff that comes over for the power rankings and the matchups, but this last one with you, I did. And even the algorithm of CBS, I had to question it. So the CBS algorithm came through and literally said, after losing 11 straight games, Jason's squad figured, why not another one?
I didn't read it. You got to be kidding me. Oh.
The algorithm said that.
Even the bots are against my team. That's fantastic. Love it.
Did he really say that?
Yes.
I got to look at that. I probably swiped it out of there. I was sick of reading about it, but
It was the
I got to check
first
that out.
sentence.
That's awesome. All right, fellas. I'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on I don't know what episode we're on now, but thanks
We're
for
on-
joining us.
Yes,
On
sir.
5. Thanks for joining us on episode 5. We appreciate you guys for listening so long, and we'll see you next week. Jason, thanks for joining us, man.
Absolutely.
Luck. See you soon, man.
See you later.